What you're looking at here is lacrosse. Specifically, it is a U.S. versus England men's lacrosse game played yesterday at the World Lacrosse Championships. You see men in shorts running around on a field holding sticks. They're not scooting the ball around on the ground like in field hockey. The sticks are up in the air to catch the ball in a little net that's on the end of the stick so they can try to wing the ball into a skinny little goal. If you have heard of lacrosse, you probably associate it with prep schools today. But lacrosse was actually invented not by preppies, but by Native Americans. Exactly who did it and how happened before Westerners started writing down Native American history. But the Six Nations of the Iroquois Confederacy definitely deserve, if not all, then at least a big part of the credit for coming up with the whole idea of lacrosse. In the 1800s, in the 19th century, when a lot of non-Native Americans started playing the game, they changed it. They made up some rules. They limited the amount of time it took to play a single game. They changed the lacrosse ball from deerskin to rubber. And they banned Native American teams from international competition. Why they did that last part depends on who's telling the story. Either they were banned because Native Americans were taking money for playing an amateur sport. That's one accusation. Or the white teams didn't want to compete against Native American teams because the Native American teams were really, really good at the game. Or maybe it's some combination of both. In any event, in 1983, the Iroquois decided that they wanted back in to international competition in their national sport. So they formed an Iroquois national team. They played exhibition games. They worked really hard to get a shot at competing internationally against the other best in the world teams. That shot came in 1990 when the Iroquois Nationals traveled for the first time to the World Lacrosse Championships that year were held in Australia. The World Lacrosse Championships are essentially the World Cup of lacrosse. The tournament happens every 4 years. It's international, and winning is a big international hairy deal. Politically, it was also a landmark. The Iroquois were the first Native American team to compete internationally in any sport in the modern era. Since Australia, since 1990, the Iroquois Nationals have competed in every World Lacrosse Championship, and they've done pretty well. They placed fourth in 1998 and in 2002 and in 2006. This year, the 2010 World Lacrosse Championships are happening in Manchester, England, and they're going on right now. But the Iroquois Nationals are not there. They're not there because of a passport dispute. The Iroquois are a sovereign people. They have treaties to back that up. Members of the 6 Iroquois nations live mainly in the Northeast on both the U.S. and Canadian side of the border. Because they are a sovereign people, the Iroquois issue passports to their own people. They've been traveling on these passports since 1977. And even in the new high-security passports era since 9/11, the Iroquois Nationals team, the lacrosse team, used their passports, their Iroquois passports, to travel for tournaments to Australia in 2002 and to Canada in 2006 with no problem. But this year, the UK said they found those passports to be too controversial. This is what the Iroquois passport looks like. The names are handwritten in ink. It's not very high-tech. There's no security chips, for example. And the UK says it now does not recognize these documents as valid in the post-9/11 world. The U.S. State Department did try to intervene on behalf of the team. They offered the team expedited U.S. passports that they could travel on to the tournament. Of course, that sort of undermines the whole sovereign nation thing, which the Iroquois understandably take very seriously. And then just on the level of sports, the team professed, also understandably, to being rubbed the wrong way by the idea of traveling on the passport of a nation they are trying to beat in competition. They wouldn't be traveling as Americans, they're going to beat Americans. So after days of back and forth and lots of waiting in hotel lobbies, the U.S., the UK, and the Iroquois did not work it out. The Iroquois Nationals went home, and the U.S. and the English teams went on to compete. The U.S. beat England 17-5 for the record. So go USA. But when the U.S. team gets home, A, can we sort this passport thing out with the British and everybody else who's going to hassle these guys? And B, how about an exhibition game? The U.S. and the Iroquois Nationals. I promise you, we will cover it as news on this show. Kent is already badgering me about it. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.